The first thing we're going to talk about, first case, is this Section 3 14th Amendment case. So Trump's running for president for another term,
Yeah,
and the blue states, the Democrat states, they're mad, right? They don't want him to run.
sure.
The state of Colorado decides that Trump's off the ballot because his actions on January 6th, where he tried to subvert the election, amounted to insurrection.
Correct.
So if you're a voter in Colorado, you can't vote for him because he's off the ballot, right?
Exactly. Or Maine.
Or Maine. And the blue states, the Democrats, Maine and Colorado, are saying, all right, there's this section of the Constitution, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, that says no person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of the president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state, who having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature. And then it goes on to say that engaged in insurrection or rebellion.
Exactly.
Now, let me tell you just a little history about this amendment you may or may not know. This amendment was actually written to keep Civil War officers, Confederate officers, from serving in Congress. And the idea was, hey, you took up your weapons against the United States, so you're not going to be able to hold office as a president or a vice president or be in Congress. That was the idea. The state said, hey, Trump committed insurrection and we can use this to keep him off the ballot. Maybe that works, maybe it doesn't. The original law was used for Confederate officers. So that's the history of it. Is Donald Trump an officer? I think the U.S. Supreme Court is going to try to find a technicality to let him run. It's a conservative U.S. Supreme Court. I think they're going to say, hey, the definition of officer maybe only applies to a military officer, doesn't apply to the president.
It'll be interesting either way, but I agree. I think the outcome is really not in question. I think that the actions of both Colorado and Maine are going to be rejected or overruled by the Supreme Court. How they get there, though, I expect it to be some weird technicality that is super, super narrow, the way they always like to do it. Yeah.
Okay, but let me ask you this. If you're a Democrat, do you want to win this way? Right now, don't tell me. I'm not saying you are, and maybe we're not going to reveal. In later shows, we may reveal our political affiliations. But let's just say I'm a Democrat.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I've got a blue shirt on. I don't want to win this way. I've got some dignity and respect, and I like democracy. But hey, I guess I know Joe Biden can't get it done, so this is what I've got to try to do.
Why wouldn't you want to win this way, though? If you truly believe that what happened on January 6th amounted to, quote, insurrection or rebellion, right? Why wouldn't you want someone who engaged in something like that
Right.
to run
That's
for
the
president?
that's the counter argument, and they're going to say he didn't want to do a peaceful transition of power. As a Republican president, it takes two to tango, right? That's
Yeah.
the argument. Good news: the U.S. Supreme Court is going to hear oral arguments on February 8th, and we'll expect a decision fairly quickly. I don't think there's a question of whether Trump's not going to win this. I think he's going to be on the ballot.